because it said it was supposed to be a little cooler than it was.
Yeah.
And then I get there and the sun was sunning in ways I was not prepared for. And I said, okay, I think I'm burning. And at one point I looked at Kiana and I was like, am I red? I feel like I'm red. She was like, you look like you turning red. And I'm like, okay, let me stand this. And she was like, yeah, go stand in the sun. And then more people started coming. So I was like, damn, I can't just stand here no more. So yeah, it was a struggle, but I survived it. I made it. You know, it is what it is.
And you was wearing that sundress. You were so cute.
Cute, girl. I
Cute.
said, okay. It was Rosé, so I had to be cute, had to wear pink, and
Right.
it was definitely worth it. But hello, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. Happy Wednesday. As you see, I've got my girl here. And for those of you guys that don't know her, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hey, I am Andrea Jones, Beaujolais Dre on Instagram. I'm back, like for real. This it's really me, but we gonna get into that like later.
Hello, Kennedy.
Hey, Kennedy.
Yo, Cancer twin.
Gang.
I'm like, Lord, why are people asking me, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday,
I
literally.
Winding down. I'm gonna get to this wine. So today's wine is from Till the Last Sip.
Mhm.
Black owned, woman owned, from California as well. Love them. They were at Rosé Bowl as well. Really nice women, sisters. And I was just like, no, let's give them They Love Today and go ahead. Ooh, who don't love that sound?
I know, right? I don't get that. I got a twist top today, but that's okay too because I don't have to struggle.
Oh, listen to that pour. Well, I done poured me a big old glass. Like,
It's not like you have a choice. Look at the glass you got.
that is very true. That is very true. It's a beautiful color.
It is. Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
I saw your video about the crystals in the this morning.
When I so the reel I had just did on the Sarah Jessica Parker wine, that wine, because I thought it was because I had it in and out of the refrigerator so many times, just trying to get like the shot and it took me 30 minutes to film that 1 minute reel, but that's content creation for you. Uh
Man,
but the crystals were in the bottom of the glass, like towards like my last couple of takes, and it didn't stop me from drinking it because I had already had so much of it. It was like I'm not gonna stop. But also I was like, let me Google, like the next day I was gonna Google it. And when I saw what's her name? I don't remember her name. God forgive me. But when I saw her post about it, I was like, okay, you saved me a Google search because I had no idea. I tasted it. It didn't, they don't have a flavor or anything
hmm
like that. But it's just kind of like it's like like it's almost like salt. It feels like coarse salt, but it doesn't taste like anything. And I was like, I
right.
wonder what that is. And then the next day, it's like they say Google be listening to you, like the phone be listening. It's like she knew I needed that information and like it just downloaded to me.
I mean, I would have been freaked out though. Like, you like, it's okay, you saved me a
I was
search.
already at the bottom of the glass. What was I gonna do?
No, I'm talking about I would have been freaked out at the fact that Google was listening that hard to me and made
Right,
something pop up that I was.
right. And like she made the reel because she knew somebody like me needed it. Like
No, seriously.
that's how the world
I
works.
never had crystals in mine, so now I'm a little jealous because I want jewelry in my
Customization.
but
What did they call it? Wine diamonds. I was like, oh yeah. This is
you
just
know,
all,
that's fancy. My
this
wine
just
doesn't
adds
have
to
no
my
diamond.
bouginess. It's
It
not stopping me. It's adding to my bouginess.
serious. No, I'm not. No, man, man. But I am happy you're back. We talk regularly.
Yes.
It's not like oh, we just talk on Instagram. So to anyone that's thinking, we no, we communicate regularly.
Right, regularly.
And I'm like, I ain't had my girl on in a minute. We need to have a quick wind down, get this, because there are certain things that you and I really connect on in certain ways.
Absolutely.
And though we're talking about it, it doesn't hurt to help someone else that may be going through some of the same struggles.
Exactly.
And you posted a video maybe a month ago where a girl was explaining how she thought that, just being more reserved and being quiet, not saying anything was being, you know,
Mhm.
a good person, being nice,
Mhm.
things like that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
then she
Mhm.
found herself becoming enraged,
Resentful. Yeah.
resentful. It was just so much animosity, things like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's
Exactly.
exactly me. Like, if I don't rock the boat, then okay, but that's not.
It's not true to ourselves, and it's not. It doesn't make us a good person because we think we're just, or more so, we're groomed to be like good girls or like make not rock the boat or not cause drama. B- But sometimes you need to defend yourself. Sometimes you need to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you need to let that person know, hey, you crossed the boundary. Because 9 times out of 10, that person doesn't care that they've done that to you. They
Right.
don't. So it's like if I don't tell you, you're gonna do it again. So
Mm,
at least. And if me making a boundary breaks the relationship, then so be it. It wasn't our relationship to have. But
right.
for so long, I was such a peacekeeper, but people didn't mind disturbing my peace.
It'd be like, why you want to fuck with me? I don't wake up to bother nobody.
I just wake up and exist, and then just me being me bothers you, and now you
Mhm.
got to bother me because of that. No, thank you.
But there are some people that they actually do wake up to be that way. And it's
They wake
crazy.
they wake up and choose violence. They wake up and choose to not be. They're not happy with themselves, and so
Mhm.
in that case, they want to make you unhappy too.
Exactly. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll wake up on the violent side of the bed too. So it's just that one person will now you gonna catch, you know. But no, I'm working, after hearing that, and then I talked to my therapist about it. And
Mhm.
I played the video for her so that way
Um,
she could hear, because it's like sometimes I don't have the words that I'm looking for. It's like I know the feeling I'm feeling, but I don't
mhm.
have the words to communicate it.
Right,
So when I let her hear that and then we kind of talked more about it, it became one of those, well, I already told you, you have to start feeling your feelings. And that's a hard thing to do, is
right,
sit there and live in that uncomfort of everything that you're going through, not have word vomit to talk to people about it, to not
mhm,
mask it with, anything that can
right.
alter your mood. It is such a hard thing to do, but I will admit it has helped in a lot of ways in the last couple of weeks, because
Amen.
the only way to get through a lot of stuff is to be uncomfortable.
Is to be uncomfortable. Have the uncomfortable conversations.
Ooh,
Make yourself uncomfortable. Like, because on the other side of what you hope on the other side of discomfort is understanding
yeah.
and clarity. So
Mhm.
yeah, you like a lot of times we avoid hard conversations or even acknowledging our not so good feelings
Right.
because well I'm not even supposed to be feeling jealous or I'm not supposed to be feeling angry about that, but you do feel it.
Exactly.
So what are you going to do about this feeling? And
Mhm.
you have to go through those feelings to process that and then on the other side of that, understand why you feel that way. I mean, because because like you try to you logicalize it. So like there are times where like I know I shouldn't feel some kind of way, but I do, and logically it doesn't make sense to speak on it. But like I'm still holding it in. I'm still feeling upset. I'm not getting over it because I wasn't able to address it.
Right.
So you have to find a way to address things and touch on things without it consuming you, without it being like
Woo.
without it getting in the way of like the actual resolution, stuff like that. Like you have to do it.
Mhm.
Gotta feel.
And my problem is I do let stuff consume me,
Yeah.
like to the point where I'm just like, oh my gosh. But my biggest goal for this year on is working on my heart posture,
Hmm.
getting myself in a better place emotionally, because a lot of it is stuff that I have to unlearn from, you know, the past.
Yeah.
And we don't look at stuff like that. It's like, oh, we think, oh, okay, well, I did this, so that's supposed to, but it's just like, no, is way more to it. And the more you peel, I tell people all the time, once you start therapy and really take it serious and you open up that box, good Lord, the stuff that you are going to go through, you have to really be prepared, because the wave of emotions that you are going to go through is like a roller coaster.
Yes. When I started therapy and I was like explaining it to like my friends and other people, I was like, my therapist had a way of getting me to say the things that I thought, that I always knew I thought, that I always knew I felt, but she got me to say it out loud, and then she got me to like, well, like to actually break it down as to why I feel that way or how did that develop.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, I know I've always felt this way or that way, but I've never said it out loud. And now that I said it out loud for somebody else to hear, or I've said it out loud for myself to hear, not just in my brain, but like
Exactly.
actually going into my ears, I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
And it will make you feel crazy.
And I was like, but it's like it's out now. And now
Yep.
that it's out, it can be addressed and it can be
Mhm.
broken down and it can be analyzed. So
Oof. Mm.
and
That's all.
she was so sneaky about it. Like she would just say, "Oh, that's it." Her favorite word was interesting.
Everything is interesting to a therapist.
Right. And then I was like, interesting. Why do you feel that way? And I was like, what do you like? She would never like just her way of questioning never felt like she was like holding your hand, leading you down the path.
Right.
But like you was taking the step though. You was
Mhm.
you was doing it.
And you
Ooh,
no, it's a lot of, I feel like therapy is just like an open wound.
yeah.
It's literally an open wound. And for people like you and I who have, you know, it's like you're raised to be, more reserved, things like that. And even with me being coming from this people pleasing mentality, it's been rough. It's
Yeah.
been so rough, getting out of those mindsets where I don't do those certain habits anymore.
Right.
And not to mention, the what is the adjective that I want to use for this? Becoming who I want to be
Hmm.
and saying, fuck it, essentially.
It is what it is. I am who I am. Either you gonna rock with it or you not.
Right, because for, so long I was what everyone else wanted me to be. So now that I'm finding
Right.
myself and finding my voice and understanding that having a voice doesn't mean I got to be rude, I have to be disrespectful, I don't have to be snarky. I can still stand up for myself, speak up for myself, and not be a bitch.
Right. And
And
even if you think I am, so what?
Because sometimes, no matter how you try and write the wording, someone is going to take offense to it if it's, depending on how the mood they're in as well.
Right.
So I can't let that, make me say, okay, well, I tried it and it didn't work because, well, that doesn't mean it's not going to work. It's not working to someone else. They may completely understand it. So
Exactly.
it is a lot of work, but I'm definitely working on that for myself because I mean, at work this week, people were, they're like, oh, we'll just give it to Kiana. And I was like, no.
I'm at capacity. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like that. That is not something I'm getting paid to do. So I'm not going to take on any. Now, before I used to be like, oh, okay. And then work myself to death. No, I want
Right.
to do my 8 hours and be done.
Right. Actually, with this job that I have now, I've been there for a little year, over a year now. And when I tell you, I intentionally go into work to, yes, always do my job. I love doing my job and doing it well, of course. But I literally went into this job with the mindset of I'm gonna do my bare minimum, which is still better than most people's,
Right.
and I'm not gonna let these people stress me out. When I tell you they told me Tuesday I'm getting a bonus for the work that I have done already within this year, I already got a raise at the beginning of the year and a promotion at the beginning of the year. And now I'm getting a bonus in like 2 weeks. But I went into it with the mindset like I'm not gonna work myself to death. I'm
And you
not
don't
gonna
have
do
to.
it. And I don't have to. And this proves it. It
Mm-hmm.
pro- like this literally proves it. Do my best, of course. I'm gonna always do my best. But
Right.
when 4 o'clock comes, I close this laptop and I go and I go on by my day. Don't ask me nothing else. Don't
No,
ask me
seriously.
don't ask me nothing at on Friday after 12 o'clock because that's a Monday problem. I'm not talking
Right.
to you.
I tell people all the time, like my Fridays are reserved for documents and billing. Don't
Period.
ask me about, I don't care. It can burn for all I care in that moment. But Fridays are for me to do the things that I could not do because I had you asking me 5,000 questions about something that could have been asked one time.
In an email. That could have been an email and a concise email, a clear, concise email of what you need. Put it in bullet points, however you want to organize it.
Exactly.
But don't come by my desk, Bob. Bob, do not come over here. There's nothing that you cannot. We don't need to have a Teams meeting.
What's so crazy is my manager's name is Bob, though.
Oh, no shade to Bob. No shade to the real Bob, but I'm just
No,
saying.
Bob, no, he drives me crazy. And I was prepared because I had already worked here before
Mhm.
and they brought me back. And
Okay.
it was a great, so I knew what I was getting myself into. So I'm not, surprised, but at least I know how to deal with him. So when he'll ask me questions, like I had a rough Monday. Monday was Monday.
Mm.
And Tuesday I came in, starting on because I get there before pretty much anybody. At first, I was gonna go back to regular, time. I was like, oh, 8 o'clock. But I kind of like being there at 6 something in the morning because it's quiet. I can do all my printing without people in my way.
Right.
So, and I get out while the sun's still up.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I think I might stick to this little time thing. And then he came in on Tuesday. He goes, "How you feeling?" I was like, "Well, they still young. Let's see how it goes." He said, "Well, what do you need from me?" I was like, "To leave me alone."
So leave me
And
alone
he goes, "Oh, what do you need? A couple hours?" I was like, "The whole
all
day."
day. All
And
day.
he goes, "Okay, I think I can do that." I said, "I know you can do it." And that's a part of, discernment,
Yeah.
knowing when and how to say things because I didn't have to be a bitch. I didn't have to have an attitude. It was one of those where it's like, okay, let me put a little humor in this and we can make it happen. He knows he's asking me 5,000 questions. He's probably annoyed with himself for bothering me this much. But does that mean it's going to stop him? Of
Right.
course not.
Right.
But
That's also a part of managing expectations. Like, okay, this is what I can do for you. Like, this is my capacity. This is what I know I can do. Please
right,
don't ask me for more right now. Until I get these things done or until I can meet your current deliverables, don't ask me
exactly.
for nothing else.
He left me alone and I was able to do almost $1 million in billing
There you
just
go.
because he left me alone. And he was like, "Oh, look how much you did." I said, "You see what happens when you leave me alone? I can do my job."
Productivity.
So it's like even those are little, as I like to call them, tests
Yeah.
of all the tools that I've been given, and things like that. So every day is a new day to not lose my mind. But I think my biggest test is being on the road because I can't stand a stupid driver
Ooh.
and people that slam on their brakes when the light turns yellow when we could have had at least 3 cars make it through that light.
You know what? You, I live in Houston. You know, I live in Houston and Texas in general. I learned how to drive in Austin because I grew up in Austin. So I-35 is literally the most dangerous highway in the country. Houston is no better, but I realized I have road rage. Not only did I realize I had road rage, I realized that my baby was listening when she was small. One time, we're just driving, just regular traffic, nothing really crazy, but I take this big, deep sigh, like, like, right? And my baby's in the back seat, no more than like 2 or 3. She's like, "What's wrong, mommy? They won't fucking drive?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "No, baby, they are not driving." But you know what? We don't say that other word. But I was like, you know what? I have to stop. Like,
It was in that moment.
in that moment I knew I fucked up
Yeah.
because she said it so calmly, like it was just a regular phrase. She was like, "What's wrong, mommy? They won't fucking drive." Like fucking was just a regular part of the sentence, and I was like, "No, baby, we don't." Oh my god! And I didn't even say it. She just knew the tension that was about to build within the situation. I was like, "I can't do this. I can't. I have to be better."
And you knew it was your fault.
I knew it was me because I'm the only person she in the car with. I knew it was me.
That is
I knew
great.
it was when they say kids are a reflection of youth.
Oh yeah.
Every time I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to tweak that just a little bit.
Man, my horn has become my curse word. And it's so bad to the point now where I don't even gotta take my hands off the wheel. I'll just be like, "Eh." I said, okay, I have a problem. I have a real problem. And every day is a lesson for me to learn with not being so psycho
Impatient.
behind the wheel.
Yeah, because
But I don't
road
like
rage
slow
is
walkers either.
real. Because like people can really Houston is crazy. Like people have pulled out guns on people on the highway. It's like road rage. Like people are like throw stuff at your car, break your window, all sorts of stuff. Just because you blew the horn, because they was driving dumb and it escalated. So
Right.
I don't even I like if I have a choice, I'm gonna take my little back way. My commute to work is literally only like 10-15 minutes up the street. I don't even have to get on the highway most of the time. When my friends ask me to go do stuff like downtown or somewhere else, I'll be like, okay, I'll be leaving an hour early just so I don't have to deal with it. And I'll still be late. That's a whole nother thing is I still be late, even
No,
though
I leave an hour early and I still be late. That is a problem.
Because in my mind, everything takes 20 minutes, but it don't.
No, it
it
don't.
it don't. So
That's like with me, my job, it should be, I kid you not, like 17 minutes.
mm,
I leave at 6 something and I leave at 6:20 every day. I leave at the same time every freaking day and I get to work at a different time every single day. It makes no freaking sense. I just, and it's so funny because the HR girl said, "You're here in the same hour, but I said, "Yeah." I said, "I leave the same time every day.
every
Coming
day.
from the same place. I take the same route."
Just
But
depends on who out there on the road today.
yeah, it
And
was
then
one day I saw my ETA jump 5 minutes, and I was like, "Well, it better be an accident," and it was an accident. It was like 4 cars, and I was like, "Who the hell hitting people this early in the morning?"
it's early in the morning.
Like, yeah.
That is hilarious. And I don't know if you one of them people, like if I'm driving earlier in the morning, or if I decide to go somewhere during lunch, or like at times where I think other people should be at work, I'd be so upset. I'm like, why are y'all not at work?
I said,
What, y'all don't have jobs to go to? I'm out here driving trying to get to where I'm going. Meanwhile, I'm not at work either.
"So
But
why are you not at work?"
why are you not at work?
Yeah, I do that all the time, and then I'd be like, "Duh, same reason you not at work."
That we all had the same idea, but you know what? Y'all need to be somewhere at another time. This is my time
Please,
on the road.
please, you in my way.
Y'all can come when the regulars come. I'm trying
I
to.
hate slow walkers too.
Oh, I hate that. And I already have a short stride, so like I already
So
walk
my little
fast.
legs gotta keep moving. And if you slow me down, it's hard for me to build that momentum back up.
Exactly.
Like, that's so funny. What makes it bad is I got a bad habit of people when they do stuff and I catch up to their car and I gotta look. I be like, what? I'm gonna get beat up one day. I'm gonna really get beat up one day. No, I'm not, because if they get out their car, I'm just gonna pull off. I'm just gonna pull off. Fuck it. I mean, shit. Ain't no needing us all going down. You can do that later. But no, I really need to stop doing that because I'll be like, dummy.
Rubbing it. Look at you at the same light I'm at.
Man. And don't let that car be messed up. I'll be like, that's why your car look like.
So I look like that now.
Yeah, I got a problem. I know I have a problem and I need to not have these problems.
Absolutely not. Oh my god. Oh,
But yeah,
that's funny.
God and therapy are still working on me.
I mean, a day at a time.
A day
That's
at a
all.
time.
That's
I mean,
all we
but
can
I am
do.
working on my, how I communicate. I will admit that. And I saw a video, well, a clip from a podcast where this girl was, she was saying that she wanted to learn how to communicate to her king on a consistent basis. So the way that she could when she was calm and things were good, she wanted to be able to have that same communication when they were in conflict. And I
No,
said, "Damn, that's a good one."
that's maturity right there. I
That
don't think I'm
is.
that mature yet.
Well,
I don't,
it's a level I aspire to be.
when I grow up, when I grow up, I'm gonna try it. But
What you-
I don't know. I think I always try to address people, or particularly like my partner or my mate, my kids, calmly as possible at first. You know, like if I'm, particularly if I'm bringing something to you, or if I'm bringing you a conflict or a concern, I've already meditated or thought about it in my mind to where like I already don't want to do it. I already don't want to upset you. So I'm going to try to approach it as
Do you
calmly
see
as
this
possible.
comment down there?
What they
Hey,
say?
ladies. I do not turn into the hook.
Not the Hulk.
See, I be getting for real, for real.
They be telling on you in the comments.
I don't like that. She a whole hater. She a
Stop
whole hater.
telling secrets.
I'll turn. I can't
Shoot.
stand
Oh
her.
my god.
She a whole troll. That's my Northwest right there.
Mhm. Mhm. She
I,
doing you bad.
it's okay. It's all right. I'm gonna get her little cancer butt. How about that?
Hey, hey now. Ease up.
Let's see who crying. We're gonna be crying together.
Y'all
Will you
both gonna
stop?
be crying. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Both gonna be crying.
You gonna be mad at yourself for hurting her feelings. Like, that's my baby. I shouldn't have done that. I ain't even want to do that to her.
And that's what I tell myself when I do stuff. So I'll be like, I ain't even want to go. So it's like I saw a tweet and it really hit me, like hit me in the core of my soul. So all this little rap beef that's going on right now, and then J. Cole came out with his verse on the diss track, and then he apologized later. And I said, I'll be damned if that ain't me. Because after I'm done popping off, I'll be like, I know I ain't have to do all that. Why even let myself get to that point? You could have went and sat your ass down somewhere
You have to do that.
instead of
That wasn't right in your spirit.
when when look, I already know in my soul I'm gonna feel bad later. Why did I have to even let myself do that? Now I'm over here pulling a J. Cole and I'm like, my bad. I didn't mean to do all that.
See, that's the difference between me and you. Because after I said it, I said it. Now, now we could talk about it later.
N-
Like, but I said what I said, and I meant it
Now
because I didn't want to say it in the first place. But now that it's out there,
there are some people not about I mean, I stand on business because, it's like I still feel like you ain't gotta disrespect me like that. And that's fucked up that you did what you did. But I didn't have to come at you like that. I could have really been more ladylike. No.
nah, because I came at you. However, I came at you because you came at me. And so if we just go one thing my mama told me, and my mama's an Aquarius. My mama said we don't go
Mm.
tit for tat with people. If somebody hits you, you hit them as hard as possible so they don't hit you again. So that's just
Man,
been a philosophy I live by because I'm not going I'm gonna hurt you the same amount that you hurt me. No. If you hurt me and you know you hurt me and it was
oh
definitely intentional, oh, if we're doing this,
yeah, I will admit though. Yeah, I do try to be like Michelle Obama. I be willing to be high, but not this child talking about I match energy because I'm too short to be the bigger person.
I
No,
write that down because that's me. I'm only 4'11". I will never be the bigger person.
I cannot with this right now.
If he wanted me to be the bigger person, he would have gave me like 2 more inches, but he
Oh
didn't.
my god. Oh man. No, I'm just not. No, but your mom is, she's right in that aspect. And my honey is an Aquarius. So that's why I tell people I don't like arguing with him because let me tell you, once you open that door,
The floodgates. It's a dam, and you didn't
right.
open it. Now it's all
So
out there.
yeah, that's why I be like, okay, I don't want to be controversial. But that's where, my therapist is working on me with my ego because she's like,
Mhm.
that is where your problem is. You letting an ego take over where your common sense should be in the forefront of everything. So I got to know when and when not to use my ego because there are some people that have gotten in my way, and it's just like, okay, bitch, now. And that's the problem, because when I start laughing at situations, I'll be like, uh-oh, that's a whole nother side of petty that I didn't realize I had in me.
Oh,
And
Pisces petty is so different too. It's so intricate. It's so strategic.
calculated.
It's so like you. I may not have won the battle, but the war.
Like, I got a chick that I was cool with. I thought we were friends, but we wasn't friends. And it's cool. I ain't tripping. You know, the people that's sticking is sticking. And it's so funny because she thought she was hurt my feelings because she unsubscribed from my YouTube. Girl, bye. So then she went and subscribed again. So this how I know she been lurking on all my stuff, because you went and hit the subscribe button again and then quickly unsubscribed as quick as you did it. But guess what? It already sent me a notification, dummy. I saw that.
Right. I saw what you did.
So now I know, and she know who she is, and I know she gonna watch this. Just know I know you watching, and I'm still enjoying life, and you mad.
Watching you, watching me, watching you.
Because it don't make no sense. And it's so funny because I just laughed at it. It was like, at first my feelings was hurt at the fact that it was just like, I tried to come and talk to you
Mm-hmm.
about what was going on within our friend group.
Mm-hmm.
You thought I was taking sides. No, it ain't even about taking a side. It's about, if we friends, I should be able to tell you, okay, you was kind of wrong, because my friends, I'm gonna have your back wherever we is in front of anybody. It's like, no,
Right.
no, no. But once we get, it's like, okay, you really didn't have to do all that. You could have, but that's
Right. You
between
could have
us.
let that go.
But in front of everybody, oh, we a united front.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, everybody can't make it. Everybody can't come with you. So some people gonna fall off, and it is what it is.
it is what it is. But you best believe I seen her. I seen her too. It was funny because she tried to act like she didn't see me. I was like, "Hi,
Hey,
how you doing?" She was like
friend.
trying to look everywhere but
Shots.
where the hi came from. I was like, "That's what we doing."
Look, she probably was shocked that that you would even acknowledge her. That's probably what it was. She
She
was
might be
probably
watching right
in
now for all
shock,
we
like,
know, and just not saying nothing. But she'll watch it.
well, let her be in our thoughts and prayers. Amen. Hmm.
Amen. See? And this is the stuff that God is working on me with, because
But that's okay because we're works in progress. He's not through with us yet. We're on the journey. We're
hmm
on the way. You never actually become fully. You're just becoming always. You know.
it's so crazy because some years ago somebody had sent me on Facebook. That's what's funnier, because I didn't have any social media for a long time.
Mhm.
And then when I got my iPhone, I was like, oh man, this is so much easier than this little Android I had. I never knew how to work my phone. Like, never how to. I knew how to text and call. That was about the gist of it. So when I got my iPhone, I was like, I could use almost everything on here, for some. So when I say I became an iPhone, just Apple everything. Like,
Mhm.
you would think I worked for the company. I was,
Fangirling.
man, to a whole different level. So then somebody had sent me this post, and this was before I even knew who the hell Kev on Stage was, but he had this post where he was talking about iPhones and Androids and how people really be making. He said that he hates having a group chat and it turns green,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, I hate that. Like, when we have these sports texts and all that and it turned green, I'd be like, which one of y'all? And I was just like, and somebody was like, "Oh, this is you." I was like, "It is me. It is definitely me." But then he was talking about how, with, iPhone and relationships, that's how he looks at it, even with him and his wife, because they've been together for 20 years now. And he
Mhm.
was saying that, when you look at iPhone, and every time they do those iOS updates, it's going to be something you like about it, something you don't like about it.
Right.
So when you look at people and their growth, it's
Mhm.
always going to be things you like and you
Mhm.
don't like. But that don't mean you just be like, oh, throw the whole, whatever away,
Person
because
play, yeah.
and when you look at it, when somebody's explaining it from that aspect, it's like, you're right.
That's true.
And that's when you learn to the discernment. Who do you want to keep? Who are you releasing? Because sometimes everybody can't, sometimes it is a season. Sometimes those seasons don't last, for the long run. And sometimes it's like, okay, well, in this season, you can't be here because
Right.
it's just not meant for you right now. You still got some catching up to do to where I'm at.
Right.
So we're not gonna, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna forever be that way. I know people that have,
True.
they were together, broke up, got back together 15, 20 years later,
Yeah.
living amazing lives with each other.
Beautiful lives because they weren't ready for each other in that moment.
And
They
it's
both had to grow and go
yes.
through things to be right for each other. Mhm.
And sometimes it is right person, wrong time.
Yeah.
It's sad.
That's and as long as I feel like with certain relationships, as long as you don't burn that bridge, as long as you don't when you know when to leave and leave on like a decent term, it don't have to be the greatest term, but don't like destroy what you already had.
Exactly.
And if you just both are mature enough to realize like, hey, this is just I don't want to hurt or hate you, and I don't want you to hurt or hate me. So
Hmm.
let's go our separate ways, and if we're meant to be, we're meant to be. And that's how you have to look at all relationships. That's just not romantic, friendships,
Right.
jobs, even not even with your kids, but like at some point your kids are going to start, making their own decisions,
Even
deciding to do
sometimes
their
with
own
your kids,
thing.
you gotta let them go and grow, and you may not have communication with them sometimes. There are plenty of people who don't talk to, kids, parents, aunts, uncles, and you
Yeah.
gotta look at it from that aspect. When people in relationships with family,
Mhm.
people that they, it's bigger than what a lot of people don't think it is. It's like they just look at it as, oh, don't. It's like, no, it took a lot to get to that point where it's like, I'm not talking to my brother no more. I'm not talking to my mom no more. I'm not talking
Yeah.
to my dad anymore.
Yeah.
That wasn't a light decision that was made.
Exactly.
So, I mean, and that, there's no saying, that's not saying that you can't repair those things either.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. But you need that time to heal. You need the time your time to heal on your own. And people have to understand that everybody's healing process and healing journey is different. And
mhm,
so while you and your mom may have had conflict, but y'all were able to stay in contact with each other, in order for some people to actually eventually mend that, they have to be separate because like you have to do your own thing and I have to do my own thing and then we can come back together
yep,
and be the people we need to be to each other and to ourselves. Because a lot of times we project our expectations or what we want of somebody onto them, whether they're ready to be it or whether we're ready to receive it. Like
right,
we expect these things, but like, are you ready for that for real?
mhm,
Or is that just like an idea that you have?
right.
So,
Yeah, my therapist was saying that. She said a lot of people are, they're more into the thought of and the idea of a
mhm,
person or a
mhm,
thing versus
mhm,
the actual person and thing.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
And it's like with me, I realize that I can tell when I know I want something because it weighs on me different.
mhm.
So relationships where it's like, okay, well, if it ends and it really didn't bother me too much, I'm just like, okay, it wasn't meant.
Oh well.
But when it weighs on my heart and I
Yeah.
still have, like, I have certain relationships where it's like, it ended, but I still miss them sometimes. Like a memory happened. I'm like, ah, dang, I remember when, or something to happen. It'd be like, dang, I
Aw.
wish I could share this, with that person. And
Yeah.
those are the ones where it's like, okay, yeah, those hurt because it did mean more to me
Yeah.
than even they probably knew they did.
That part.
But I still got to keep going. And that's where she's working on me with, because I was one of those people where I let stuff consume me. I couldn't, I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't go on with things. And that was one of the hardest. Like last year, I missed a lot of episodes. Like I would just be like, oh, I'm not going to do this week. I don't feel like going live this week because
Can't do it.
I'm in my feelings.
Right. Hurt.
Hurt. Now I'll admit, I did it once this year, but just once.
Right.
And then it was just like, why? What is
Yeah.
your problem? That's
Yeah.
the whole point of growth is to, so now that we're doing this whole sitting in the discomfort, it's like, oh,
Oh yeah. Like it's yucky.
it is. Like, I gotta be a big girl. I gotta really do this. I don't like
Like,
it.
oh my god, this is what maturing is. I don't take me back.
Right. And I'm just like, okay. But I will admit that when I look at, the times, it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
I can do this. I
Yeah.
can be better.
Yeah.
I can, that don't mean I don't have no mean thoughts sometimes because I be a little petty in my mind sometimes. But I have one friend, she's like so observant. Like
Yeah.
even in the tone of my text, like she don't she can tell when I'm in a good mood, it's like the whole paragraphs almost. But
Mhm.
she'll be like, how are you? I'll be like, I'm cool. And then next thing you know, she's like, okay, what's wrong?
Right.
I'm
Just
like, I'm
cool.
cool.
What's the rest?
Yeah. So, but she was the one person, and it was crazy because I didn't even notice it
Yeah.
until she said something, and she was like, when you're happier, your eyes are lighter.
Aw.
And I was like, huh. But then I started noticing it too. And that's when I was just like, okay,
It's like a mood ring, and you're
like a
not.
mood ring.
No.
So I'm just like, so now it's like, okay, let's keep my eyes
Keep them
in the
bright.
right. Because I will admit that happier me is more productive.
Yeah.
I am I'm consistent. So it's intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentional.
Yeah, indeed. And intention has been a word for me for like years. Like being intentional, doing it on purpose, being present, being, making the conscious effort to do. Because I feel like a lot of like, I have to think about this. Sometimes it's like, I've done so much stuff or been so blessed in so many ways by accidentally doing stuff. Imagine all the stuff I could do if I did it on purpose.
Right.
Imagine all the things that could happen if I intentionally just did it. And then I have to prove to myself, like, I have to show myself, you've done these things before. You've done hard things. You've done things that scared you. You've done things that made you uncomfortable. But on the other side of it, you were proud of yourself because you did what you were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because we talked about this before. It's like I struggle with procrastination, and it could be veiled under, perfectionism, but really it's
Mhm.
like I don't even need it to like so many things. If I do just do them, eventually they're never going to be perfect, but they will become good enough.
Right.
And even in that statement, like thinking that what I'm doing is not good enough, it's like it doesn't matter if it's good enough. Like people need it, or like you need it, so do it.
Exactly. I mean, even like with us in content and us constantly saying certain things, it's just like I I wish you could see the stuff that's in my damn camera roll
Mm.
that has never seen the light of day because it's just like, oh, well, I'm making this excuse and I'm making that excuse. And it's like, just put the shit out there. You like it or you won't.
Moving on.
I
That
did.
well, that is that is the mentality that I'm taking on right now with my new page. As you know, I was hacked.
Yes. And it was quite annoying.
It was so annoying. It was annoying. I know it was annoying to everybody else, but it was so annoying to me because it's like I would
All those
never do
memories
this.
gone.
I would never freaking do this. And then I got Instagram involved or tried to alert Instagram and they didn't give two
No.
dangs about it. And so I'm like, and other people, what was the biggest thing for me was like, I don't care, just shut the page down. Just shut it down.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want anybody else to be like affected from like something that they thought I was posting or something that they thought
Right.
I was doing. Like that was like the biggest thing for me. And so like when I talked about it in my stories, it was like I don't mind starting over. I've literally had like 9 million lives. I've been bald a million times. I've literally started from scratch so many times. I don't care about starting over. What I care about is the trust that I've built with people and the reputation that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, y'all couldn't even help me do that.
Seriously.
So, in this new, in starting in starting the new page, it's like it, like it may not ever get back to the following that I had,
It would
and
don't no, we're not talking like that. We
we're
rebuke.
not talking like that. But I'm not even looking at it like that because it's like one is challenging me to actually be like intentional with what I'm putting out there.
Right.
So be like, what do you want and who are you trying to reach and what are we doing? And it's making me be consistent because I don't want to just get to the following that I had. I do want to have more. Because literally at the time that the hack kind of occurred around that time, I was thinking like, okay, I was like right at like 1,700 followers or something like that. And so I was like, okay, well, how do I get to 2,000? Or how do you think I'm gonna get to 3,000? I was literally coming up with stuff like, what can I do to like push me over the edge? I was talking to my other friends who are content creators. I was doing collabs with other people. I had my first little ambassadorship. I was literally on the path of growth, and then like this occurred and I was like, well, this can't stop my path of growth. This is
Right.
just really challenging me to, if I'm really going to grow it, then let's grow it. If you really going to do it as a seed. Don't get a little baby tree and then try to grow a whole tree. No, God gonna want me to start with a whole seed. And I was like, look at God, can you water it just a little bit?
That's the test though. But think about it. You'll be stronger
I
because of
will be. And I think I will also like literally I will build the community that I genuinely want.
it. Mhm.
Cause, you know, I converted my personal page to my wine page. And like
Okay.
and still like my personal page, like still even the page that I have now, it's still gonna be my personal page because it's me, it's my personality. What I understand brings people to me is who I am
Right.
and how I deliver information or how I share things or people know that like I'm silly, I'm funny, like I'm goofy, but like what I'm sharing is also something that I love and something that I'm passionate about. So it's like, okay, I just converted my friends to my wino friends now. And like and seeing my friends out in public or any like literally I have people texting me or calling me like, oh Dre, I'm coming to Houston. Tell me where I can go do a wine tasting. Or oh, I'm hosting an event and I'm serving this, this, and this. What wines? So like my friends are still my some of them are still my target audience, but it's like it's bigger than that.
Right.
So I'm being challenged right now to do that. And so if this is really what I want to do, God always puts me in a space like, oh, this is what you want. Let's see if this is what you really. Because he also know me. He also know like, you know what, this was fun. Moving on. I think I want to be a ballerina now. Like,
I
so
will admit this is the first time in a long time that I've actually been passionate about something for myself.
mhm, mhm.
And I had I knew what I wanted to do something in wine. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And now it's taken on a whole new life that I couldn't have even imagined for myself. And I'm just like, this is dope. Like people genuinely like what I'm putting out there. And it's
Yeah,
like,
they wanted to see it. When I tell you, as soon as I put my new page up, people were like, "I'm so glad you're back," and I was like, "Y'all," I was like, "I'm glad to be back," because like I didn't realize so many people were seeing what I was doing.
mhm,
And like it's one thing to because I never do anything for popularity. I've never been a popular person. I've always just been like cool. Like I'm cool if you get to know me, I'm cool, but I'm not necessarily social. I'm definitely sociable, but like I'm not to the point where I need the attention of people. But
yeah,
it's so encouraging to know that the people in your field and your peers and other people in the industry were looking for you.
right. Like, wait a minute, where'd you go?
Like, where'd you go? Oh, girl, I saw that. I knew that wasn't you. I didn't talk to them people. I sent them a message. It's like, you're fake.
Well, the page is gone now.
It's gone now. It's finally taken down.
Yeah,
I've had people like as soon as they started posting stuff, I had people call me, I had people text me. Like people who had my personal contact, they hit me up first. And then like as I came back, I literally had like people like, girl, I knew that wasn't you. I knew you wouldn't do that's not even and like it was like as disheartening as the situation was because it's like, oh, that's frustrating that
right,
somebody can just take what was mine, and just do what they want with it and then discard it. Like it's literally trash now. Nobody
right,
but it was also a sign and it was encouragement from the community that I had built or that I had had been engaging. Like they knew it wasn't me, and that was a refreshing thing, and that they were waiting for me to come back or they were
right.
looking for me to come back and they were happy that I was back. And they had to do some little test runs to make sure it was me. They had to ask some questions, but I didn't mind that because it gave me encouragement like, okay, I am being seen and I do have
Mhm.
support and people do care about what I'm doing.
Right.
So we here, we building, we working on it.
And you're doing amazing. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, friend. And thank you, specifically you, because you were like, if you decide to do this again, I got you. And I was like, okay, let me stop pouting for like 2 or 3 days. And when I'm ready to get when I get ready to get back, I'll let you know. But like you didn't let me you were like, okay, it happened, but and when you ready, let's go. Let's do work.
Yeah. I mean,
Like we don't have
we
time
gotta
for no
pivot.
pity parties, girl. Get
No,
over it.
we doing wine. Wine is what and it's more than just drinking it. It's the our community is so dope.
So supportive, so encouraging, so
Yes.
like, well, girl, let me know what you need. Well,
Mhm.
how can I help you?
Yep.
Let me know what it is. Oh, I'm glad you're back. Oh, did it?
Yep.
As soon as I hit follow, they follow back. As
Right.
soon as I was like, even with new people, like I'm following new people and new people are following me that I didn't even have in my circle before.
Mhm.
So it's like it's I'm taking it as a moment to expand. I'm taking it as a moment to challenge myself because I lacked discernment when I was when I hit that link. When I hit that link to thinking I was helping somebody else, thinking I
Yeah.
was being supportive or okay, this is some because what happened was some uh, a a fellow I think of course they were hacked. So a fellow wino that I knew on Instagram, we had been following each other for a couple of years. She had shared my stuff, I had shared her stuff. I had a great day. I was out, I had a great, day. And so she, hits me in the DM. She's like, hey, girl, I'm doing this contest. Can you vote for me? And anybody who knows me knows like I'm everybody's biggest cheerleader. If I can help you, if I can, if it just take a click, why not?
Right.
If it don't hurt, I'm always gonna. And so like even in that, realizing that oh, me being everybody's cheerleader hurt me in this instance because I didn't take a couple extra steps to be like,
Let me
well,
check this out.
let me actually, is this really you? Like, but I didn't think about it. It was like, oh, I know her. Me and
Yeah.
her, she shared my stuff. I shared her stuff. And then I was like, my baby was ordering Chipotle because I was getting ready to go out. So I was ordering us food. And like, Harmony was like, Mommy, somebody from Chicago just logged into your Instagram because like I got the notification. I was like, well, that's not right. And so I was like, okay, finish ordering your food, blah, blah, blah. So once she finished ordering her food, I tried to go in and change my password and all this stuff. And literally, I saw in real time the person adding, the other accounts. I saw them like changing my information. Of course, like, my email and my phone number were attached to it as soon as they changed all like I could see it happening in real time and they actually didn't post till like the next day and they actually didn't start doing stuff till the next day but it was like it's literally like watching like everything that you built kind of like crumble.
Oh my God. My heart would have sank and I probably would have cried.
It was just like oh my god. And like I did, cause like I was like, okay, I changed. So I thought I had changed my password, and while I was changing my password, of course, they're asking me to authenticate stuff. But I think as I was authenticating what I thought I was changing, I was also authenticating their changes. Like
Yeah.
I was acknowledging their changes because they were still sending the authentications to me,
Hmm.
but I thought it was like my stuff that I was changing. Like I was trying to get ahead of it. So like I literally like as soon as my phone started blowing up, because that was Saturday night, as soon as my phone started blowing up Sunday, I was like, what the hell is going on? And anybody who knows me, I don't even like phone calls. So like I don't like phone calls. I don't like text messages. So as soon as like my phone started blowing up, my little introverted self was like, what's happening? Who's
Oh
dead?
my
It's
God.
it's your IG account. That's what's
Yeah.
and literally it's like it was the same question over and over. And that what was the irritating that was what was the irritating part. It was like, you was hacked, Chun. I was like, yes, report it. You was hacked, Chun. Yes.
And
Somebody tell somebody.
and it does take a lot of people to report that kind of stuff.
It took 5 days. It took 5 days. And I had side hustle on some other stuff. I actually have another account. I have another IG account, but it's for like my bookkeeping services that I do for small businesses. And so I actually decided to monitor my old account to know when they were posting so I
Right.
could report it as soon as I saw it. And I showed you when you and I were texting, I was like, Instagram is like just like letting it ride. Like they're not
Yeah.
taking it down. They were like, oh, we have a team authenticating it and this post seems legit. And I was like, it's not. Like you can like if a human being looked at it, you know that's not true. Like, you
Right.
know it's and so that was, like, the most frustrating part. Like, it was never actually the the thought. It was really a violation because, like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you what's happening to me, and you're dismissing me.
Mhm. Gaslighting.
You gaslighting? Like, no, like, and you gaslighting me, trying to act like you actually did something. Like, no, we reported it, we've investigated. You didn't. Ain't no
You
way.
right. They
If
were
you're
like,
gonna use AI, use it for the right reasons, because your AI is broken. It's not
I
doing
no, it's crazy. But what they were posting, I was like, "She don't do this. What the hell?"
friend. If I ever buy a Mercedes, I'm gonna be in front of it. I'm gonna I'm gonna be hit one of these in front of that joint. I'm not just gonna post a car at random.
Right.
If I get $25,000 just as a cash deposit, I'm not telling nobody. I'm taking a trip. You're not gonna know.
I'm eating my money.
I'm eating my money. I'm in France. I'm in Paris. What are you talking about?
My wine, I'm
I'm
on
in
Beyonce
Bali.
levels for the night.
Right. I'm buying cremos. Like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? I'm not telling
Yeah.
anybody.
That was
I'm sending my mama a couple dollars. I'm putting my daughter through college. I'm going about my day. I'm not telling nobody this
no, that was crazy. I was just like, "This ain't her at all."
at all.
And I kept reporting the page, and I was like, "Okay, we just gonna keep doing it."
You just gonna keep doing it.
And then I looked up, and I was like, "Oh, it's gone."
It's going in real time. I actually saw it go in real time too, because I was I was on there screenshotting all the pictures I could, like, just getting my pictures. And luckily, actually, a lot of stuff I actually also posted to Facebook. So, like, a lot of my stuff is still on
Okay.
Facebook, to where, like, I didn't lose everything. But I was, like, screenshotting pictures of my dad, screenshotting pictures of my baby from when she was like 2 and 3 years old. And it's like I was just trying to grab as much as possible because I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Right.
So it was like 8 o'clock at night on like on Thursday, maybe Friday of that. I'm gonna say Thursday because I think I made my first post on my new account on Friday. Um, it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night that Thursday from Sunday. So we done went They got me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. I'm actively screenshotting stuff. I like get off the page and come back on and it's gone. And I was like, oh, I guess and then I was like, well, I don't know if it's gone for real or if they blocked me. And so Friday is when, like, I had made my stories on my new account, just kind of like explaining everything that was going on. And then everybody was like, yeah, it's gone. Like,
Yeah.
because, oh, they messaged, like, they was literally like messaging other people too from my, like, I think they tried to do the post first, like, as a, I don't know, as an advertisement or whatever for whoever the person was. But then, like, I think the last resort is to start messaging people so they can get new accounts. And
Girl,
so,
I get people trying to scam me all the time. Like, they be like, "Oh, I looked at your account. You're so this. We wanna," I be like, "Okay, I could do that on the app." "Yeah, but they can't." I be like, "Okay." And then 2 days later, that whole account gone.
hmm
Like, you
hmm
about to get me. I mean, why don't you send me money to take your word for it?
right, exactly, exactly.
But no.
So
But
yeah,
I'm proud of you for getting back out there.
I'm trying.
And we're gonna keep on this wine journey
You know
and
what?
grow it.
It's nothing wine can't fix, and that's what I was telling people. It was like, yeah, this was an unfortunate experience, but it's nothing wine can't fix. It's nothing that I can't one get through. I've been through way harder things.
Seriously.
this this is recreational. This is money on the side if I can get it.
Ain't
Um,
no if, when we get it.
when when we get it, working on those words. That's right.
Yes.
Affirm me, friend. Affirm me. But I couldn't take it as a loss all the way. Like, old
Right.
me would have been crying, boo-hooing, woe is me, my life is ruined. How could they do it? Why me? But it was like, you know what? I'd rather it be me than somebody else. And hopefully it stopped with me. Hopefully, yeah, probably not.
That's so crazy because I listened to a podcast in the summer with
Mhm.
Michelle Obama, and she made a statement that really hit me. And it still gets me to this day. She was like, "Why not me?" And that, just those few words have
Mhm.
stuck with me because it's like every time I get in that why me, woe is me, it's like, why not me?
Why not?
Who the hell am I to think that this shouldn't happen, that shouldn't happen? I'm supposed to only feel this. And I was just like, okay,
And for me, it's not even it's that, but it's also like I am strong enough to handle it. You know,
exactly.
it's like
Sometimes I don't
because
feel like it, but I know I am.
right on a regular basis, I tell you, I thank God for like my mental health and my mental strength and my just self-centeredness, but not like in a cocky way, but in like a way it was like, okay, I'm me with or without, you know.
Yeah.
And I thank God for that because I know a lot of people, so much of who they are is based off external things or based off
Yes.
what other people
Yes.
think or this and that. So for something, one people, somebody will look at my little account like, "Girl, you only had 1,000 followers. Nobody gives a shit." But like for me, it was like, no, this is not. These are not just followers for me. These are my people. But the people who found me before will find me again, and the
Exactly.
people who are intended to find me will find me. And I can't let this shortcoming stop me from telling my story or stop me from sharing what I need to share.
Exactly.
So I took it as it was. It is what it is. We thugging it out.
We got this, girl.
We got it.
Now I'm so excited and I'm so proud of you. And I'm glad you did it. And like my friend Micah said, you strong. You got this. Yes. We might be little, but we strong.
Right. We big in here.
Exactly. But thank you again for joining me tonight.
Always. Thank you for
Yes.
inviting me.
Of
Anytime you
course.
invite me, I'm gonna come.
Because we gonna have a good time
Every time.
every time. But I've linked all your info in the description of this video, and we're gonna get your followers back up.
Yeah.
And
We gonna run it up.
exactly, collab on some more content.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
And oh my gosh, yes, thanks again.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And if you guys have not already hit that button, go ahead and hit that like button before we get out of here. And again, go follow her on all her socials. It's linked in the description of this video, so you know where to find her.
Find me. It's really me too.
It's
It's really
in
me
real life,
in
so
real life.
we got this. But I will see you guys next week, same time, new wine. We winding down every Wednesday.
Cheers.
Good night.